Today's video, we're going to be talking about the Explosive Goo Gun in zero builds because this weapon is actually insane. It's really effective, and if you want to take advantage of it, you can get a lot of easy kills and wins that you might not otherwise get. If you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful and informative, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what you think of the Explosive Goo Gun being in the game. So initially, I didn't think this weapon would be that good in like a 1v1 scenario. I thought it would maybe be good at like zoning people off of cover, destroying cover, like destroying buildings, things of that nature. But I was wrong. This thing is insanely good in 1v1s, and if you are able to goo the opponent, you're pretty much guaranteed to kill them. And there's just so many benefits to using it, in addition to the fact that it just straight up is good at killing people. So it's super effective in zero builds. Like I already said, it's really good at forcing people off of cover. If you're ever in one of those situations where you and an opponent are both behind cover and no one's really doing anything, Goo Gun is great there. If you have somebody sitting in a bush, the Goo Gun is great there. If you have somebody camping in a vault, which can be a really awkward fight to like deal with because you can't really break anything around them, the Goo Gun is great in that situation because you could just shoot it into the vault and then they're either forced out or they take damage from the goo. It's great at destroying vehicles. I'll have clips on screen of me destroying vehicles with it. It's insane how like just they have nothing they can do if you hit them with the entire blast. So in addition to all of that, it's also one of the best things that you can use in a 1v1 because when you blast an opponent with the goo, they can't really see anything. So it's really disorienting. And that alone would be a really effective or a really big advantage to have in a fight. Like if the opponent can't really see you, that's a huge advantage for you. You know what I mean? But not only can they not really see well at all, then they just start blowing up and taking damage, while in the meantime, you could have been shooting them with your shotgun and your AR or any other weapons you have in your inventory. So I think this weapon is insane. It's one of the more overpowered or cheesy items in the game right now. I feel like anybody can make use of this and get a lot out of it, and it's good at like getting rid of like the really awkward players. Like I feel like one of the more dangerous things in zero build is like challenging somebody in a bush or challenging someone that's being like really weird and like ratting in a house. Like ratty behavior works more in zero build than it does in build mode, and the Goo Gun kind of just hard counters that ratty behavior. And when combined with shockwaves, it can be really good at taking people off of height. If you have somebody camping on top of a house or camping on a mountain, you just shockwave yourself straight up and then goo down on them from the sky and then start shooting them with your shotgun or your AR as they're blowing up. Similar to kind of what you would do with boogie bombs. You know, you would shockwave yourself up and then throw the boogie bombs down at the opponent. You could do the same exact thing with the Goo Gun. And in the same case, when you would shockwave yourself at somebody and then boogie them before you landed, you could do the same exact thing with the Goo Gun. Any amount that you get on the opponent is not only going to do damage to them, but it's really going to disorient them. And in that situation where you're shockwaving on them, it's already really confusing for those players, I feel like, or really just awkward for them to deal with that. So not only are you forcing them to deal with the fact that they can't see, they're blowing up. You might have gotten early AR tags on them anyways, and then you're shotgun and ARing them, SMG, whatever you're using. But like it's so much at once that I feel like this is just an incredibly effective weapon. You can also shoot it onto your teammates and have them run at people or get close to people, and the explosiveness of it will do damage to the opponents but not your teammate. So there's some interesting things you can do there. Overall, this weapon has like so much utility that it can do with zoning people out of areas, forcing people off of cover, destroying bushes, destroying cars, but it also being one of the most effective weapons in a 1v1 and kind of like winning you fights that you shouldn't have won or winning you fights where you would have lost otherwise makes it insanely good, I think. One of the best items in the game right now for zero build. Definitely top tier. If I was to make an updated tier list, this would probably be like A+, S tier range. It's really good. Insanely powerful, insanely effective, and very easy to use, which is always a busted combo. When something's one of the best items in the game, and it's also really easy to use, that's usually like a recipe for something just being abused a lot. What I've been using with this is going to be Prime Shotgun, Hammer AR, heals of your choice, shockwaves, and the Goo Gun. The Goo Gun combos really well with shockwaves. The reason why I'm going for the Hammer AR instead of the Burst is because I feel like the Hammer AR is like the most versatile AR. It's like the best at long range. I really like the Cobra DMR and I really like the Evochrome Burst, but the Evochrome Burst isn't that great at long range and the Cobra DMR isn't that great at close range. And I kind of want to only carry 3 weapons max because we want to have shockwaves and heals as well, and one of those weapons is going to be the Goo Gun, so we really only have room for a shotgun and one other item, and I feel like the Hammer AR just suits that best. I've been beaming people with the Hammer AR. Not only is it good at close and medium range, it's usable at long range. It's not ideal at long range, but it can get the job done more so than like the burst can, I think. Even though I love the burst for close range, I feel like for this playstyle, the combo with the goo gun, the hammer AR suits it best. And since you can use this as an initiator, you can go into a lot of your shotgun fights with the opponent already taken like a lot of damage from the explosive goo. So like using the shotgun burst combo is insane, but the fact that you're getting the explosive goo to blow up the opponent can kind of negate some of the close range advantage that prime burst has, or like you just go into the fight with such a health advantage that oftentimes your shotgun is, you're only going to need one shotgun shot to finish them, maybe one shotgun shot and a few AR shots, but you could just enter every fight with such an HP advantage if you're able to goo the opponent before getting onto them. So that is going to be it for today's video. That's what I've been using, and that is how I've been using it. I'm going to leave you with some gameplay that I got on stream using this weapon and talking about it and kind of showing some of the situations that I was talking about while I was talking about the weapon. If you guys did find this helpful and informative, remember to give it a like. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Comment down below what you think of the goo gun, and I hope you guys found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. I just like don't understand the drop on it. I suck at like hitting things with it. Like I feel like my brain thinks it has way more drop than it does. So I'm always like aiming really high. It looks like there's a fresh one up here. Huge. Somebody camping that mountain. They're not likely to get zone in game though. This will probably be the last zone that they have unless they're really lucky. So I don't really think it's worth fighting them for it. Yeah, I don't like what they... I mean, I don't know. I like the old launch pads more, but the way we have it right now is better than not having them at all. You know what I mean? I want this guy dead. Or we need to let it go. I don't want to be looking over there. Yeah, there's a guy coming up on me. So a guy on that mountain, we destroyed all our cover to goo him. I don't know where my AR went, my chrome, or whatever it's called, Cobra. But this guy's like somewhat free pickings right now up there. But that's what I was worried about when I was shooting that guy on edge. Is that like someone could take advantage of that and try to kill me. Whenever you're shooting in this game, people want to do something about it. There's like nothing Fortnite players love more than thinking they're going to third party somebody. Like little kids, bro. If they think they're getting away with something, they love it. I'm going to drop this so I can bring these cow catchers up. Would prefer bunkers. But it is what it is. We don't have those. Would you take bunkers over shield bubbles? Yeah, I don't really care for shield bubbles very much. Like, shield bubbles basically just create a situation where no one can fight. Except for in the shield bubble. I mean, it would really depend on the zone. But if I was just given the choice, yeah, more often than not, I would probably rather have bunkers over shield bubbles. Because you can at least, like, you can have your bunker and then punish people by having a bunker in a good spot, you know? But, like, the shield bubble is just like, yeah, nothing's going to happen from now until later unless someone walks in. Oh, I put that one in a terrible spot. Is this in? Yeah, this one's in a decent spot. Out here landscaping, bro. I don't want to kill that bush yet because we might want to use it. And zone went far. Well, that would have been nice to see before I used all my chug splashes. 3 opponents remain. One's over there. One's over there. I don't think this is that good as a counter to bushes. Like, it can be, but, like... I don't know. It depends on the situation. Okay, so 2 players are there. One's over there, I think. I want that crown. I don't know if they're actually fighting or if that's someone shooting animals. I'm assuming it was someone shooting animals because the shot stopped. Why is my sprint never available, man? But yeah, like those shots stopped without anybody dying or anything like that. So I thought it was maybe just someone shooting an animal. We have one guy there and one guy there. Not really much cover for us at all in this zone. If it was a 1v1, I would just push them. But what the hell just hit me? Oh, the tree hit me, I guess? But if I just shockwave onto this guy, then the other guy kills us. Like, we just set ourselves up to get third party. I don't know why people do that, man. Dude, I'm so bad at reloading this. Holy. We just gotta go for it, I think. GG's. That fight sucked for me, but he had it. Like, that fight is so much better for him because he has a Cobra DMR. So, like, if we just have, like, a mid-range, like, fight where we're trading damage, it's gonna favor him. So that's why I went for, like, the Shockwave Goo play, which isn't, like, really likely to work out, but it's the best thing that can happen for me there, you know? But that's what the Goo Gun can do. It's like similar to how you would use boogies in a situation like that. If somebody has like a good position on you and you're just kind of screwed, you could just shockwave boogie them. And that's like kind of what you could do with the Goo Gun as well. I don't even think we did damage to him with the goo. It just like drew his attention away from shooting at me.